Chief Justice Mark Recktenwald is being forced to retire this week, not because of any scandal, but because of his age. Our Daryl Huff spoke with him about his toughest decisions over the years and his points of pride.
Mark Recktenwald came to Hawaii from Detroit 45 years ago, and he was appointed CJ 15 years ago by a Republican governor. But his court is known for upholding Hawaiian rights, even when it meant doing things like shutting down the rail project.
I had to gulp hard.
Recktenwald had been CJ for just 2 years when he wrote a ruling that an archaeological survey for Hawaiian burials had to include the entire rail route, forcing the project to halt after construction began.
I thought really long and hard about the impact that it was going to have, but I felt that the law required that the entire route be surveyed before this huge amount of public resources were going to be dedicated to it.
Iku Iluna, please rise.
It became a common pattern, with Native Hawaiians claiming the government had denied constitutional rights to water access, environmental protection, and cultural practices, especially access to Hawaiian language immersion schools.
Our court basically reaffirmed the right to education in Olelo, Hawaii, and I think that decision has had a huge impact.
Attorneys who appeared before him said Recktenwald was unfailingly fair and civil. Former Attorney General Doug Chin was occasionally on the losing side.
There were definitely some times when I felt disappointed with the rulings that came out from the Hawaii Supreme Court, or even rulings that were authored by Chief Justice Recktenwald. But at the same time, one thing that I could never dispute is the fact that Chief Justice Recktenwald was always thinking about, first of all, Native Hawaiian rights, as well as the rights of the individual citizens.
Recktenwald led the judiciary through the pandemic, which suddenly demanded technology, security, and process changes, some that are retained today.
It's been a huge change, and we were faced with the challenge of, our court system like grinding to a halt.
But Recktenwald is most proud of getting legal help to people who couldn't afford lawyers, community outreach courts and courthouse self-help centers, and rallying lawyers to help Maui fire survivors.
The relationships we built really came back to help our community at that time of incredible challenge.
Recktenwald did have critics who are quiet on the verge of his forced retirement. Sources say lawmakers who didn't like his decisions quietly killed efforts to raise the retirement age while he was in office.
We've had some great judges who had to retire, who I think would have been able to keep contributing.
One of the things Recktenwald is looking forward to after leaving office is having the robes off so he can speak out as a private citizen. Reporting from the Supreme Court, Daryl Huff, Hawaii News Now.